When I saw this two-piece outfit on Meshki's website, I knew I had to have it. And because both pieces were $140, I decided to recreate it from this 5X pretty little thing dress that I found at the thrift store. So the first thing that I did was actually measure my body. And once I had the measurements, I was able to make marks on where my measurements were on this 5X dress. This was a dress that I wanted to make into two pieces. I had to cut it in half. Once I had the top, I had to take the extra fabric off from both sides. Then I pinned it so it would be easier to sew together. Make sure the fabric is inside out when you pin it so that you can sew it inside out. On the sewing machine, you're going to do a straight stitch. Make sure you reverse for about 4 to 5 stitches. Once the top has been stitched on both sides, you're going to want to fold the fabric on the bottom. So I just did a freehand fold and pinned it all the way around. Back to your sewing machine you go. Another straight stitch to fold the entire shirt on the bottom. Cut out any excess thread that may still be hanging around. This is going to give you a very clean, folded top. Now it's time for the skirt. You're essentially going to want to do the same thing. Measure your body and then have that measurement be marked on the actual skirt. Now, I have some really wide hips, and thankfully this skirt has a lot of stretch in it. So I'm going to freehand mark where my hips are and kind of shape around what I believe is the shape of my lower body. Once you have that mark, go ahead and cut where your marks are as straight as possible. Turn it inside out and do another straight stitch. I use my extra fabric to make the waistband. I cut the sides so that it gives me an hourglass shape. I got an elastic band that was measured to my waist, a bit stretched out. So you want to sew the edges of the elastic on both sides and then sew the bottom to close it in. Once that's done, you're going to sew it with your skirt inside out, and then now you have the finished product.